Case file 003297. The following has been transcribed from an unsent video message from Redacted to his mother. No other information has ever been shared about this incident. The video opens in a darkened bedroom facing a bed. Redacted can be seen setting up the camera, then sitting on the bed. He looks malnourished, sleep-deprived and deeply disturbed. He sits in silence for approximately 4 minutes before speaking. His voice is quiet and weak. Hi, Mum. I know it's been a while, and I'm really sorry for that. I know you keep inviting me over for dinner as well, but I just can't. I can't let you see me like this state I'm in. The way that I look, the way that I feel, I just can't. I didn't want to burden you with this, but I just don't know what else to do. Mum, I'm so scared. I'm scared of what I've become. Any time I look in the mirror, the reflection I see, it's not me. It's horrible. It can't be me, can it? Is that how I've always looked? It started when I got that mirror. Redacted points to a large stand-up mirror in the background. The surface of the mirror cannot be seen. Do you recognize it? It's the one from Uncle Redacted's estate. You know, the one he wanted from Dad's shop after he passed away. It's worth a fortune, but I wanted to keep it as something to remember them both by. One day I was looking in the mirror and I noticed there were age lines on my forehead. I figured I just hadn't noticed them before. After all, I just turned 30, so... Then I started to notice other things over time. Creases in my face that I never noticed before. I thought maybe it was because of how long the mirror was. I went out and bought this small hand mirror, but the differences remained. Did I just not realize how much I had aged over the past few years? I'll always use a good angle when taking pictures, but still. After a couple of weeks, my eyes changed. They sank in, went bloodshot, and all life just left them. I looked like I'd worked 48 hours straight, and that look in my eyes never went away. You always said that I had my dad's eyes, but his eyes never looked like this. I woke up a week ago and I was missing teeth. I could still feel them in my mouth, but I couldn't see them in either of the mirrors. What's happened to me, Mum? Why did this happen? Redacted lifts his head to look at the camera for a few seconds, then drops it back down to begin crying for approximately 2 minutes. As he looks at the camera, his eyes appear normal with no signs of being bloodshot, and he also has all of his teeth. After he finishes crying, he takes several deep breaths before continuing. I've always taken care of myself, you know that. Never smoked, always tried to eat healthy. When heart disease runs in the family, you've got to do whatever you can to stay on top of it. At least that's what you always told me. I work out, I go for runs, or at least I did. After being so healthy for so long, why do I look like this, Mum? My face looks bloated and dead. Just look at me. Redacted lunges forward so his face is lit up by the light and begins violently poking at it. His face appears very slender, in line with his athletic build. Although he looks malnourished and sleep deprived, his face is still a relatively normal complexion. It's at this point in the video you can understand that the face he's describing in the mirror is clearly not his own. Why? Why did this happen to me? The way I look, I haven't left the house in weeks. I quit my job, I couldn't focus on anything else when every time I'd see my face in a mirror I'd want to crawl into a hole and die. The worst part is, sometimes I'd swear the face looking back at me would be laughing. I haven't laughed in weeks. It's almost like it's taunting me, or I'm taunting myself. I don't know anymore, Mum. I just don't know. Redacted stands up and begins pacing. Why? Why, Mum? I don't understand. I don't understand. He picks up a small handheld mirror and holds it up to his face. He picks up the camera so the camera is also viewing the mirror. Do you see, Mum? Do you see what's happened to your little boy? Redacted's face appears as normal in the mirror. He stares at his reflection for a few minutes before setting the mirror down. I have to see. He begins walking towards the upright mirror with the camera facing it. What if... Is this me? Mum, is this really me? It's speaking to me. Redacted stands in front of the mirror, pointing the camera at the mirror. He stares at his own reflection. The reflection seen by the camera in the mirror is clearly his own. He runs his hand along his face. This face, God, it's not mine. As he speaks, a face appears in the mirror. This face, a pale and extremely bloated one. Its eyes are bloodshot and sunken in. It has multiple age lines and is missing teeth. It has an unnaturally wide smile as it stares directly at Redacted. Mummy, it's not my face. Redacted suddenly falls to the ground and begins to violently convulse. The camera falls and lands facing up. He gasps for air for approximately 2 minutes before going still and silent. All the while the face in the mirror looks down at him, laughing although no sound can be heard. This continues for approximately 48 minutes before the video suddenly stops. Redacted was found by his mother after he did not return multiple phone calls over the course of a week. She let herself in with a spare key and found him still laying in front of the mirror. His death was officially ruled as a heart attack, the same as his father and uncle. Thank you for listening, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video, as it helps more people to find it. Join me for live streams on TikTok several times a week. You can find my profile in the description, or just search Bad Dream Baby. And if you'd like even more content, consider subscribing to my Patreon account, linked in the description. Until next time, good night.